Well, at the beginning of the show, I was talking a little bit about how I came to realize a few weeks ago that I was in need of some more structure in my life. And what happened was that I really just felt like I was kind of just drifting, and I was feeling bored and kind of aimless. And I had things that I wanted to do, but somehow I just was never getting them done. And I wasn't even consistently doing the things that I enjoy and that I know nurture me, like taking walks and some of the spiritual practices that I would normally do on a regular basis. And it created some anxiety for me because I had lots of great ideas and things that I wanted to implement, but I wasn't doing them. And so every day I'd wake up and go, oh my gosh, I didn't do any of the stuff I had really wanted to do yesterday. And I realized that last year, 2013, was really about me getting comfortable with just being and not doing so much. And so I had kind of been like a hermit in a cave where I was doing a lot of reflection and internal work. And, this was by conscious choice. I had decided I was going to do this. Well, now I'm ready to come back out in the world, and I'd gotten out of the habit of having a routine or a structure in my life. And now that I was coming out of that cave, I needed my routine again. And I remembered when I first started my private counseling practice about 5 years ago that I had leased office space, and I made a rule that I had to go there and be there from 10 to 6 every day, whether I had a client or not. And so part of that was just creating the routine of this is where I work. These are the hours that I work. And so I needed to do something similar to that. And I also remembered a couple of years ago, I worked with a business coach who had me create the structure for my ideal day, which was not just about work, but it was also about my personal life and where I was going to put the things that I really wanted to do. And I laugh because this is actually an exercise that I've done with my clients throughout the years. And I wasn't applying it to myself. So, I didn't want to be inflexible, but I did want to create some more structure in my life. And so when I did my little 3-day getaway 2 weeks ago, I spent time creating that. And so over the past week and a half, I've implemented it, and I feel a lot more grounded and a lot more like I'm really being able to focus and do the things that I really want to do. So I want to share with you about creating some structure in your own life. And I'm going to start with, how do you know if you need some more structure? Because not everybody does. Some people are really already great with what they're doing, and they're doing just fine. But some of the clues that you might need a little more structure or a little more routine is that you're not doing the things that in your heart you really want to do. This is not about the things that you feel like you should do, but the things that you really want to do. And for whatever reason, you're just not doing them. And you might have some anxiety because those things are not getting done. Or there might be things that you need to do. And this is not about should do, but need to do. I mean, we all need to go to work when we're supposed to. We all need to feed our children. We all, there are things that we absolutely need to do. And, you might feel anxiety because you're not getting some of those things done that are really in the need category. And for you, it also might be a clue like mine was, which is you're just feeling bored or aimless and kind of directionless. So here's what you do. Is you start by making a list of the things that are important for you to do. So these could be the things that your heart tells you you want to do. They could be the things that you have to do, like going to work or making dinner. But don't include the things that are in the should category. And you might need a little help knowing what belongs in the need category versus the should category. But anything that is a need is a thing that contributes to you having a good life. The things that are shoulds are more like those messages in your head about what you should do to be a good person, to be a good parent, to be a good worker, the messages that tell you who you're supposed to be. And that could be things like that you should go to the gym every day, or you should make a homemade lunch for your children, things like that, where those really are not needs. Then some of the general categories that might fall into here are financial. So one of the things that probably is on that list is however it is that you make money. Your basic physical needs like food, shelter, and clothing. So taking care of those things on a daily basis. Your spiritual needs, and I talked about this last week. A lot of times this gets left out of our list of things that we put into our ideal day. Your social needs. We all have certain social needs. We need a certain amount of time with other people. And your physical health needs. So that might be exercise. It might be, getting a massage. It might be anything that keeps your body in a healthy physical shape. Then what you do is you take this list that you made of all the things that you would like to do on pretty much a daily basis. So you want them to be somewhat general. And you make a schedule for your ideal weekday. And I say weekday because most people go to work on a weekday. And so that takes up a big chunk of their time. And you want to include all of the things that you would like to do on a daily basis and schedule them for specific times of day. If you don't put a specific time of day that you're going to do meditation, or that you're going to take a walk, or that you're going to spend a half an hour journaling, I can tell you, you will not do it. Well, the likelihood of you doing it is much less than if you schedule it at a specific time. And be realistic about how long it takes to do that thing. So, don't schedule yourself back to back and like say in an hour you're going to take a walk, do meditation, do the breakfast dishes, and so be realistic and give yourself a little bit of slack in there. And take into account your own personality so that you know the best time of day for you to do something. For instance, I like to start my day doing journaling because by the end of the day, my brain is tired and it's not a good time for me to do it. But for someone else, they may really enjoy the reflection that they get at the end of the day when they do journaling at the end of the day. So know who you are and what is best for you. And, if you have something that is in the need category, but it's difficult for you or you don't like to do it, think about what time of day you're most likely to have the oomph to really do that thing that you really don't want to do. And remember that it's your ideal day. Be flexible. And you won't do everything every day. Stuff happens and you need to adjust. And some days you just won't feel like doing something, and that's okay. This is ideal. It's not every day. This is what I have to do. So you won't always do things at the time they're on the schedule either. So don't beat yourself up. This is a tool for you to help you, not another should.